That's what people imagine when they hear about ancient Greece. A statue. That's not what ancient Greeks used to look like. Neither people nor statues. Statues actually used to be colored before the paint faded, and the people, well, they consisted of flesh and blood, just like we do. But these are the images that their contemporaries managed to retain for us. And that's all we have left. No wonder when we think of the end of the 19th and the beginning of 20th century, we often portray these events in black and white. Since the invention of cameras, we've been able to capture reality exactly as it is. Except for colors. And that might be what makes our generation a truly special one. Our descendants will know much more about us than ever before. Even in thousands of years, people will be able to gaze into the faces of these people and will be able to recognize these real emotions, even when these people cease to exist. I mean us, me and you, but these people will never die, because they've never been born. As you've already guessed, this person doesn't exist. That's literally what the name of the website says. You can try it yourself. These pictures of non-existing people were created using GAN. I've talked about the way it works in this video. In case you don't appreciate people, it can generate anything. 2D chance? Easy. The neural network will generate your personal waifu together with the backstory, thanks to GPT-2 algorithm. Some of us are quite reasonably afraid of the prospects of artificial intelligence, but for now it seems like we'd rather be afraid not so much of neural networks themselves, but of the actual people behind them. The Associated Press recently documented the use of such a photograph to spy on dignitaries. This is the profile of a red-headed girl who had never existed. Google search didn't find her images. She had never worked at the Center for Strategic and International Studies according to the statement of their representative, and had never received a degree in Russian at the University of Michigan. But she managed to make contact with 52 important people, and as soon as the agency tried to get in touch with the girl, the account was immediately deleted. So right now the neural network is just an instrument. But it's different from something like a screwdriver, because it can learn to do what we want from it by itself. Just like a person who has been intentionally created and bred just to perform certain tasks. In the modern world, we are naturally bad at doing what we're supposed to do. Like, evolution wasn't meant to make me good at making YouTube videos. People are not perfect at anything. We have an enormous number of different kinds of needs. We succumb to emotions. Yeah, we spend time observing the world, therefore getting better at doing something, but we can't truly devote ourselves to doing something full-time. We forget our tasks. We forget people, places, and the only thing that's left of them is just a small, unstable memory here somewhere. And in the end, we just die, leaving only a small part of our personal experience that we somehow manage to sustain behind. And in fact, machines don't do that. Because for now, they're just tools. An instrument won't forget, it won't die, unless we want it to. And as you can guess from the title of this video, that's exactly what we wanted to do. Well, not me. An anonymous programmer called this project What I Will See Before the Darkness. She generated the image using the gun. Then the programmer began to turn off the neurons one by one, slowly killing this neural network, making it forget the face that it generated. At first, the portrait seems to begin to age. It gets these angry artificial wrinkles, but then it turns into something Truly strange and surprisingly familiar. Doesn't it remind you of the way that we remember and forget things? How we try to restore the long-lost neural connections in our brain? How we try to recall the places that we visited in our distant childhood, to recall the faces of people we haven't seen for a while. Things that inevitably happen to us over time. And just like paint, neural connections get weaker and weaker. With each dying neuron, the girl's face begins to fade more and more, getting a strange greenish tint. Her features becoming more and more blurred, just like a statue losing its color. It seems to begin to rot and decay. Then remains something like a skeleton that swiftly rushes into complete darkness. That woman was an offspring of the neural network. Her physical incarnation never was. But she feels so real. Somehow I can still imagine her doing things. For me, every person that I know is just a bunch of neural connections in my brain. That's it. That's all I got from them. These connections are activated when I see these people again, when I think about them, when I try to imagine a hypothetical situation involving them. They weaken when I don't see them for a long time, when I stop thinking about them, when I'm forgetting them. They are like standalone entities, dynamic and constantly changing ideas of these people. It doesn't matter if they are alive or not. It doesn't even matter if they have ever existed or not. They are all here, inside this complex structure, inside my skull. And just like a statue losing its color, just like the girl in the picture, they strongly depend on the vitality of our brain. Once killed, neural connections will never be activated again. And the last trace that will remain of them is what we will see before the darkness.